Hey Thrive family, we just want to celebrate some of the things that you did in 2020. Last year, you watched 60,000 minutes of church online. Thank you for staying engaged and staying connected. Another thing that you guys did was made it possible to buy groceries for families in need in our community. You gave over $1,500 to make that happen. You also gave over $8,000 to start new churches in communities where children can be cared for intentionally. And so thank you so much for doing that. One way that you cared for children intentionally through Thrive was by providing 91 Christmas gifts to foster kids this Christmas. Our neighbors were so inspired. They kept seeing Amazon packages come to the porch. They ended up donating to that cause as well. And so we just want to thank you. You are doing things that you aren't even aware of. You're inspiring people that you may never have met before. And so we take that seriously, your generosity, and we want to use it well. So Curtis is going to introduce just how the finances have been at Thrive this year. Check it out.
Hey Thrive family, this is Curtis. I just wanted to give you an update in terms of 2020 financials. Really, first off, just want to say thank you to everybody who has supported and continues to support Thrive. In short, we really ended the year in a favorable position to where we thought we would at the beginning of the year. So our expenses were lower than anticipated and our revenue was slightly higher. In a year of uncertainty with COVID and a transition from external donors to primarily local offering grew 40%. That was really the main driver to exceeding our revenue targets. And on the cost side, as a result of COVID and not needing to meet in person, we're able to manage the cost side of the expenses as well. So all that to say is we ended the year in a much more favorable position than we thought we would. And on top of that, we have a loan from the government, the PPP loan, that we expect not to have to pay back. And that will lead us into 2021 with a little bit of cushion. All right, thanks.
Hi, Thrive family. My name is Tim Riley. I'm a lead pastor for a church in Santa Clara, California. I have the honor of being one of the board members that helps bring accountability and spiritual encouragement to the leaders of Thrive. This past year has been crazy, right? And by God's grace, you as a church community have thrived. See what I did there? In ways that were only possible if Jesus Christ, our Lord, was alive and working within your community. Thank you, Thrive family, for your faithfulness, your endurance, and your reflection of Jesus to the surrounding community around you. Stay safe, point to Jesus, and may this coming year bless our world with the work of the gospel through each of you.
Now that you've had a chance to hear about God's faithfulness in 2020 through your generosity, I want to look ahead to 2021. Now, I'm sure you can imagine it's kind of hard to project this next year. What's the economy going to look like? When are we going to be able to safely gather together in public? And so as you see some of the budget numbers coming up on the screen, we've operated with a couple of realities in mind. One, we want to prepare for a worst case scenario in terms of offerings. We want to prepare that, this might be leaner times. And so we've tried to reduce our expenses as much as possible. But we've also built into our expectation that at some point, we want to maybe make a heavy investment into relaunching ministry in person. That we want to tighten the purse strings for a little while, but a time is going to come where we're going to say, hey, now's our chance to move into a new space. Now's our chance to rebuild kids ministry and rebuild hospitality ministry and start having meals together and start inviting lots of people into the family of God who've been following us online for a time. And it's their chance to get connected in a deeper way. And so we want to take this season of preparation and we want to be prayerful, we want to be humble, we want to be open, we want to say, God, what do you have for us? Knowing that at some point, we're going to have to tap back into our church planner roots and say, man, it's our time to build momentum and go seize the opportunities that God has given us. And so in the short run, we're tightening things up. We're sticking in our backyard. We're streaming. We're staying online. We're doing everything we can careful. But we're knowing that we're investing deeply in each other, training up leaders, hopefully bringing up more members into our board to make wise decisions together so that at some point we can move into what God has for us next. Please stay engaged, stay praying, stay partnering with us. We love you so, so much. Let's continue to empower others to thrive in God's family this year.